We go back to Times Square and Denise Richardson.
Barbara, when you're talking survival tips for New Yorkers, the two sets of people who probably are most vulnerable are women, one, and the disabled. Well, joining me now is Michael D. Pasquale, who is a self-defense expert, and Nancy Trigiani, who is a member of FUMA, and FUMA is...
United Martial Arts Crusade Against Crime.
Oh, my goodness.
Anti-crime organization.
Are you a black belt?
Yes, I am.
You are a black belt, as you are.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, first of all, women are vulnerable. What should we know as women about walking down the street, about people who might come up to us?
Number one, you should know that in order to effectively avoid situations that pertain to crime, looking strong means a lot on the street. So when you're walking down the street, always look alert. The person that attacks you will always look for a victim. He will not look for an opponent. So if you look alert and you look alive, you look like you would be more of an opponent than a victim. If you look half asleep, half dead, obviously the person would attack you before they attack the person that does look alive and vulnerable.
Okay, you have Nancy here for a demonstration. What are you going to show us right now?
The first technique is a man attacking the pocketbook, trying to grab the pocketbook. Could be a shoulder grab, anything. We're going to first go for the pocketbook and show what Nancy's going to do.
Okay, let me get over to this side.
Technique. And then we'll let you try. We have time. Okay? Ready? Nancy.
Yeah, but Nancy's a black belt, is it?
But notice she did very simple technique. If I grabbed her pocketbook,
do it in slow-mo.
All she did was strike with the elbow. She makes it look efficient because her technique is perfect. But any woman can bring the elbow up, strike the face or the throat. Once you hit a man in the throat, it's his vulnerable area. The larynx. He's not going to be able to breathe. Once you strike there, all you got to do is loosen the man up, grab him, and strike to the face or strike to the groin or kick to the groin, one or the other. Very, very simple techniques. If you can raise your knee, that's all you've got to do. If you can raise your elbow, that's all you have to do to strike.
Important, though. You have to be alert to do this.
You have to understand the vulnerable areas of the body. That's the most important part, knowing where the vulnerable areas of the body are so that you can strike them and immobilize your attacker.
Okay, Michael, now for the disabled. You have a gentleman with you who's on crutches, if I'm not mistaken, who wanted to take a picture of us, but now we're going to do our demonstration. Hi there. How are you this morning? Come this way. Come. What's your name?
I'm Richard.
Richard?
Yes.
All right, now, I would imagine, you must feel vulnerable walking down the street, Richard?
Oh, sure. Every day.
But you've learned not to be now. Is it a mental attitude that's changed?
Yes, it's definitely mental attitude. Knowledge of knowing that I can take care of myself when I need to.
Okay. What would you do? What did you do for Richard to help change his attitude?
Number one, I've given him self-confidence by making him understand that no matter what his vulnerable areas are, because he is handicapped, he can take care of that by defending himself with no problem at all, by striking vulnerable areas again, and by understanding that everybody is vulnerable.
Okay, let's take a look at what you would do.
Okay. Let's say we come in with a choke from the front with Richard. It could be a choke, it could be a hair grab, it could just be someone trying to knock him down. As I grab him here, he's going to come in like so. And notice again, all he's doing, he's got no movement in his legs, he's got upper body movement. So what he's doing here is, as I grab him, the minute I grab him, he's reacting. And the reaction time is important. For every action is a reaction. So as he strikes, as I grab him, he's just holding on to me so I can't let go, striking my groin, striking my throat. Therefore, it enables him to immobilize me, and he's able to move on. In other words, so he does not get hurt that way. If he strikes me to the groin or strikes me to the throat, it's obvious that I'm not going to be going anywhere. That's important.
Has anyone ever tried to attack you in the street?
Not a lot, but it has happened, yes.
Have you had people in your group who have been attacked?
Absolutely. I teach anti-rape self-defense programs. I teach handicap programs, and a lot of the women in the programs have been attacked. That's one of the reasons why I've taken. Same thing with the handicapped individuals. They've taken because of that. We always hold programs. In fact, we have an anti-rape program coming up next week, and a couple of handicap programs come up in January. Anybody who wants those programs can reach us at 201-57. Go ahead.
201-57.
573-8028.
Okay, bottom line is pay attention, don't be a victim. Back to you, Barbara. We don't have to.
Okay.
Dazzles you with some unbelievable stunts that'll knock your socks off.
All right, now listen, here he is, one of the masters of martial arts, been on our show before. He puts out a number of karate magazines, this one called Combat Karate, and this is Kim Juka. That's his latest. And here's Ninja, the Deadly Warrior, and so on. I mean, he's been doing this for about 29 years and has 3 karate centers as well over in New Jersey. And here's the master, Mike D. Pasquale. Good to see you again, Mike. I was telling everybody a little about... How'd you get interested in this, anyway?
A long time ago, my father had gotten involved in it when he was in the service. And when I was growing up, I was about 5 years old, he got me involved in it. He got me on the mat and started throwing me around, told me, okay, this is what I want you to do the rest of your life.
These are a cane, I can see, and...
Tonfa.
Mm-hmm.
Cane.
Yep.
Which is simple walking, for walking. A little short.
Yeah.
He's a chain.
Yeah. These, of course, you would just happen to have on you, you know, as you're walking down the street like that. You know, if a guy came up to me and went, ah, that's enough for me, I'm down the street, forget it.
This is telescopic club.
Holy cow, these are the latest
Well,
ones.
these, policemen use these.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they have a holster for them.
Good, I'm glad they've got them and not the bad guys, you know? There's one. All right, fine.
Hey! Your turn!
Very good. He's really one of the foremost experts in our field. Here's Mike Pasquale. Mike? Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, we have a young man here. You know, we just showed you a clip of Danny DeVito walking over hot coals. We could do a little more of that now, but for real. Here's a fellow who has been in the martial arts business for quite a while and has this new book out called Martial Arts for Young Athletes, Complete Guide to Learning Self-Defense, Karate, Judo, and Ju-Jitsu. Nice to have you on our show. This is Michael Pasquale, everybody. And we're going to do a series of...
I'm very glad you came back. You know, the holiday season is a time of giving for most of us, but for others, it's a time of taking. That's right. While we're out thinking about giving to others, thieves are out in greater numbers than at any other time looking to snatch a purse or rip off a necklace or worse. Michael Pasquale is here, and he joins us to teach us how to protect our merchandise and ourselves from those preying on holiday shoppers. And by the way, Michael is a 6th-degree black belt and the founder of the Federation of United Martial Artists. Please welcome Michael.
Hi. Our next guest says in just a few easy moves, you can get out of a potentially dangerous situation. Here to tell us more about self-defense is self-defense expert Michael Pasquale, Jr. Please welcome him to the show. We did a little rehearsal, and that was fun.
Welcome back. Every time you pick up a newspaper or you listen to a newscast, you hear about people being mugged or violently attacked. And it makes all of us more cautious when we go out alone. But can you imagine being confined to a wheelchair or being unable to walk without crutches? Or what if you were blind? People who are physically disabled are often the victims of attacks, and my next 3 guests decided to fight back. They are Maria Condi, Richard Diamond, and Kathy Neff. Also joining us is Michael Pasquale, Jr., founder and executive director of the Federation of United Martial Artists Crusade Against Crime, who taught Maria, Richard, and Kathy how to defend themselves. Please welcome them to People Are Talking.
Okay, from crutches, same basic type of thing. Okay, if we're grabbing, we're normally grabbing around the throat, we're punching him. From this position here. Very nice. From behind.
Ooh, that was cool.
Oh, good. Nice. Ready. I'm all right.
Very nice, Heather. You are all right? Okay, good.
More and more women are discovering that learning to protect themselves with self-defense training has extra benefits. It gives them good thighs. It's called Defensorcise, and joining us today is martial arts expert Michael Pasquale, Jr., who's here to show us how we can punch and kick our way to fitness. Please welcome Michael. Nice to see you again, Michael. Michael is not only a Defensorcise instructor, but he's also a movie star, and he's the publisher of Karate and Fitness International magazine. Now, what is self-defense exercise, Michael?
Self-defense exercise basically is a regimented plan of exercise with self-defense movement. So you're learning basically how to exercise along with learning how to protect yourself. So both together, you're getting both benefits.
Is it like aerobic exercise?
Yes, it is very much so like aerobic exercise. A similar movement as well. But you're learning, once again, you're learning how to kick, you're learning how to strike. Once you learn how to use the movement, after a while, you do it with a partner. And then it becomes more of a regimented self-defense plan as well as an aerobic type plan.
Something you can take right to the streets to protect yourself.
Absolutely.
But also keep your heart moving, keep yourself healthy.
Definitely.
And keep your body in condition.
Right, two benefits in one.
That's great. Why don't you show us some of the steps, would you?
You can just get a position like so.
Okay.
It's what they call a loose fighting stance. A
loose fighting stance.
A comfortable fighting stance.
Okay.
We're going to move.
Yeah.
Okay? In this position here, we're going to do what they call the reverse punch and back fist. So there's two movements here.
Okay.
You ready, everybody? You ready?
All right. Ready.
Let's go. Okay, ready. One, and back. Two, and back.
Let's all join Michael once more and do this one more time. Everybody, even the audience, come on. If I have to do this, everybody.
All right, everybody ready then. 1, 2, back. 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 Now, all right, so. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Put that hit. Don't hit the guy next to you.
Ow, buddy, strike the host. You're wild. Wow, baby.
Join us. There's our phone number, 535-1000. But we're not finished yet. With us right now is a gentleman I've always been impressed with when he was on our Saturday morning program. Michael D. Pasquale Jr. is the founder of the Federation of United Martial Artists. He trains many ages of people, basic techniques of self-defense. He's co-authored this book, Martial Arts for Young Athletes. Let's have a nice welcome for Michael D. Pasquale Jr. Good to see you. Let me grab my microphone. What's on the agenda for today, Mike?
What we're going to do is give a short demonstration first of what the kids can do as far as the self-defense goes. Okay. And then we'll get into some basic self-defense techniques for the children.
All right, let's start with that demonstration.
You know, psychologists have proven again and again that the way you present yourself can have a lot to do with whether your name will ever be among the list of crime victims. Someone who is afraid while walking down the street and shows it is more likely to be attacked than someone who presents a confident air. That may be all well and good for the people like the ones behind me. They wouldn't have anything to worry about if they had to defend themselves. But what if you're not big and strong? Well, then you might just look into a seminar sponsored by FUMA. Michael Pasquale Jr. founded FUMA, Federation of United Martial Artists, to help folks like you and me. Watch.
That's good. Keep the block. Nice. That's what I want. About each other. Out here.
To me. Hey! Very nice. Good job. Real good job.
Well, I don't know. Should I come in like this or should I come in like this? Hello, Michael. Nice to have you on the show.
Pleasure.
What are some of the goals of FUMA?
Some of the goals of FUMA primarily are to get the martial artists involved in anti-crime seminars.
They broke the basketball statue.
They had the audacity to break into the spot.
They broke. This show's for y'all. How y'all gonna break into this thing and took the... I want my turntables back.
I don't believe
I don't care what you do. I want my turntables back. I don't care. I don't care what y'all gotta do.
Come in. Oh, yo, Mike from downstairs, man.
What's up, Mike?
Come on up here. Mike, look.
What's up, Mike, man?
You've been robbed, Mike. I don't believe it.
Where's Rob, man?
Oh, Roger, what's happening?
How you doing, man?
How you doing, Mike?
Albums all over the place.
This is Mike. He lived downstairs from us in the suite below our suite.
Yeah,
Look at turntables.
They stole the turntables, right? They stole them, man.
Be kidding.
We have nothing, Mike. We are bombs of nature.
You guys
no
gotta
more
start
young
learning
TV
some
rap.
self-defense around here, just in case these guys attack you. What if someone kept you did this? What would you do?
I'd run.
God, hey, at least you weren't here when it happened.
What would you do, Mike?
What would you do, Mike?
Let me show you some. Come here. Come on.
What would you do?
Over here. Let me show you some
Mike.
techniques here. I'll show you something. Get down like this. Get down like this. Someone attacks you like this. Here, watch. From this position here, I'm going to show you first. Here. You bop them like that. So watch here. You're going to come in like this. 1, 2. Someone tries to grab you. I want to see you punch like this. Hey! And Ki. You know why? Because Ki is scared.
We gotta go to this video. We're gonna come back with my man Mike from downstairs. Show us some more self-defense.
I'll teach you guys. Don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. I'll teach you everything you need to know. Like that.
You know, the Karate Kid movies have really shown off the expertise of its stars.
That's right. And we thought it really might be fun to have somebody on the show that could show us how it all works up close and personal.
That's right. And so I please want everyone to welcome martial arts expert Michael D. Pasquale, Jr. Right here.
Yay! Welcome to Total Panic.
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here.
Great.
We're going to do a little bit of demonstrating on Ju-Jitsu, a little bit of karate, a little bit of judo for the kids, and give them an idea of what it's all about.
That sounds wonderful.
I brought a few of my students with me, and I'm going to give them a heck of a show.
That sounds great. So we'll let you take it away.
I appreciate it. Okay.
Here we go. Take this from you. Okay. Here we go.
What a fun week it's been. Oh, but I'm kind of tired. You know, Monday I did the singing at the Cotton Club. Tuesday I went down to cover the power outage. Like a nut. Thursday, the antiques show. That was fun. The only thing I haven't done is just haven't done my other fantasy. My other fantasy. Yeah, to be like Schwarzenegger or Stallone or Jim Kelly. Kickboxing. One of those karate movies. Boy, that would be great. That would be great. That would really be great.
Boy, that was some kind of dream. I could have sworn I was fighting people. Oh, man. Hey, Scotty, are we live yet? Yeah. Oh, my God, we're live. Oh, my goodness. What's happening here? What's happening? Why are these guys on the ground? What happened? Hey, Mike. Mike D. Pasquale. Man, you're famous. You know that? You are incredible. I'm Kelly with Channel 9 News. You've always been one of my greatest karate guys.
Thanks a lot,
I mean,
Kelly.
martial arts is your thing.
Pleasure to be here.
In movies, they prearrange most of the motions in movies, especially the self-defense motions. They're choreographed to the point where they have someone come in and set them up so they look realistic.
So the timing is well rehearsed?
Very well rehearsed. Probably about 6 or 7 times, maybe sometimes 10 times before they even shoot it. It is prearranged. But I'm not saying they cannot handle themselves out on the street. It just takes a little bit more time, obviously, to study for that particular aspect of martial arts, street fighting.
This young and handsome man who I've been told is going to be a red-hot movie star soon is mostly, as of this moment, the author of Martial Arts for Young Athletes.
Welcome back to Sports Vision. Well, as promised, we're talking martial arts on this edition of our show. Michael D. Pasquale, Jr. is our guest. Michael is a martial arts expert. He's got many accomplishments to his credit in the field of martial arts, and perhaps you recognize him from some of the magazines that are on sale at newsstands. He's also written books, as we said, and really you've been involved in almost all aspects of the martial arts area. You're working on a video, you've written books, magazines. The obvious question, though, would be, when did this love with martial arts begin? How early did you pick it up?
I was about 5 years old, and my father has been involved in martial arts for about 40 years now. He was my instructor, and still is my instructor. When I was about 5 years old, he got me on the mat. He was, at that time, a black belt himself, training in New York, and I used to go with him as a small tot and get on the mat and tumble around a little bit, and then I took a liking to it, and from there just reached out to the point where it became a love. In fact, my first love, actually.